I actually find it hilarious. It gives me a great deal of comfort. I have no sympathy that your child might grow up without a father because he got sent back to Mexico.
April.
You guys, it has never been a worse time to be named Melody. Thanks a lot. Hot_take_melody.
Well, the internet did its job, Patriots. April Martinson, or Hot Melody Take Online, is the woman who was made famous here by the internet on the TikTokulans. Great work, everybody. Because she went on a tirade about immigrants saying, yeah, I actually, when they separate families, I actually like it. Like, they separated another family at the border. Oh, southern border. Oh, husband's like, can you please call me by my name and not, stop saying Trump, stop saying southern border when you know. It's crazy. So anyway, the internet did its job, caught her. And guess what, guys? You do have free speech. We all, thank the Lord, thank the Constitution for free speech while we still have it. She has it, but guess what? Guess what isn't included in the Constitution? The FAFO clause, which means you can say some mean-spirited, terrible things, and the Lord will somehow gift us. And they fired her from Bidaboo sunglasses. Here's what I gotta say. Guess where I'm going today, Patriots? I am gonna buy sunglasses from Bidaboo. A little Bidaboo, because those glasses must be amazing. They must be the best glasses in the world. Why? Because they got principles, baby. Bidaboo, huh? That's my new word, huh? You guys want to F-A round and find out? Well, Bidaboo. You're going to Bidaboo, son. I got such a bright future. That's why I got to wear shades, and they're Bidaboo. Thank you, Bidaboo, for letting her know. That was her job. They wrote a letter and said, she's young. She's done. We don't support that kind of talk. We don't. Here at Bidaboo, we will bid you adieu at Bidaboo if you ain't a good, loving, kind person. Be good to people. That's all we're saying here. And April found out. So thank you, internet. I love you, TikTok. You're so much smarter and more beautiful than I could ever be. And thank you. And all my loyal patriots, I love you guys. You have made my dreams come true. And please, let's continue blessing each other. Stay strong. Stay woke. Secret Service Sam out. Samson for president of TikTok.
Yeah, so before we get into it, I hope you're taking care of yourself today. Hydrate, breathe, and maybe wear your sunglasses indoors because this one is about to shine some karma so bright you just might need them. Credit to the originators and stitches of the video you'll be seeing here today, and also to Secret Service Sam. Yeah, so guys, so let's talk about April. Oops, I forgot Compassion Martinson, who's just learned the hard way that the First Amendment has limits, and they begin somewhere around consequences. So let's set the stage. April hopped on TikTok, armed with big opinions and zero self-awareness, to perform what she probably thought was a patriotic monologue. Except it was more like an audition tape for the next villain in a Hallmark deportation special. She openly enjoyed hearing that immigrant families were being separated. Said she likes it. Liked it. So guys, let's dive into the rest of the video and we'll be back for more commentary.
Yeah, no, I earned that. I deserve it. But since I posted it last night, we do have an update. In case you need to be filled in on who this is Hot Take Melody, I think also known as April. And she said some of the most hateful shit I think I've ever heard.
I don't give two shits that families are being separated if somebody's getting deported. I actually find it hilarious. It gives me a great deal of comfort. I have no sympathy that your child might grow up without a father because he got sent back to Mexico or whatever. I find you guys to be subhumans. All right.
And though my video got taken down, I still stand by everything that I said. I cannot, in my mind, understand how somebody could be so filled with hatred for other people that it drives them to this. And to see somebody who's just so excited and joyful, almost like borderline aroused at the idea of families being separated, at the idea that children could be growing up without their, one or both of their parents. I'll never understand how somebody could, harbor that kind of hatred.
I don't have any sympathy for your little videos that you're making on social media with all the tears. I don't give a shit. I'm actually fucking laughing at you.
You know who else is laughing? Melody, April, whatever your name is. We are. Do you want to know why? Because it looks like your, now former employer thinks that you're a piece of shit too. And they put up this statement today. Pause to read. But the most important part of this statement is that the person involved has been contacted and is no longer with Bidadoo. You want to know how I feel about that?
I don't give a shit. I'm actually fucking laughing at you.
Same, girl. Same.
Well, unless you've been living under a rock, you know today's FAFO story has to be April Martinson. Yes, indeed, meet April. Here she is from a lovely Instagram photo and profiles that have been now taken off and marked private and any other way you can possibly try and escape the public onslaught that has happened to her, because she went on and did a video for reasons passing understanding about how undocumented migrants and Mexicans were all subhuman. Yeah, this is definitely not going to end well. And as we all expected, her employer has now gotten involved because the backlash was swift and severe. Bidadoo, an online auction company where she used to work, has issued a statement that obviously this does not align with their corporate values, blah, blah, blah. You know, the same basic thing that we've been seeing now from people who are distancing themselves from their outspoken MAGA operatives. And yes, she's been terminated from her position. So, April, you fucked around and you found out. So, here's hoping that you have the day that you deserve.
Do you guys remember the lady Melody that was talking about the deported people? Well, like I told you on my previous video, whatever energy you put in the planet, you will receive it 3 times more. It's just in that the job where she used to work at laid her off due to the video that she posted on social media about the immigrants and the people that are getting deported. She probably thought that there was going to be no consequences to what she was saying, but like I said, guys, it got a lot of people feeling some type of way. A lot of people were not happy about it. And so the job, I feel like they did the right thing. And not only did she lose her job and got fired, the employer pretty much reported her to the FBI. Wow. The company where she worked at released a statement pretty much saying exactly why they let her off and that was unprofessional of her to do. Let me know what you guys think about all this down below in the comments. And like always, don't forget to follow for more viral news. Ciao, pescado. Eat it. And this is the lady right here, just a friendly reminder.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm about sick and tired of seeing this lady's face on my For You page. Hot Take Melody. If you didn't already know, she's become famous literally overnight for her hot takes on the mass deportations happening in the US right now. She had the gall to upload a video talking about she doesn't feel bad for the people being ripped away from their families, kids growing up without their dads. She said she finds it amusing. She chuckles. It makes her happy. Then she called them subhuman. She was directly targeting Mexicans in her video. She was all big and bad until she got the backlash. Now her account's private, and she's blocking all the big creators that called her out. I mean, come on, Melody. You said it with your whole chest, with all the audacity in the world. And within a day, you private your page? If you could believe it, it took the internet no time to find out who she was. April Martinson. So April, I hope you continue finding the same exact energy that helped you stand 10 toes down to share your ridiculous hot take on what's happening with these ICE raids. And I hope you get to experience the extreme lack of empathy you had the nerve of sharing online, being directed towards you. Have the day you deserve.
I'm going to go on a little rant. Most of you are going to miss this because you only engage with my content for like 4.5 seconds. Be that as it may, some of you may have seen the Hot Takes Melody video where she talks about brown people being subhuman, shows no empathy and finds it humorous when families are separated, and then likens the J6ers to a trespassing charge. So here's what I have a struggle with. So I was raised by Midwestern parents Both Republican. I've never been a Republican. I used to be in radio. That's a whole story time in and of itself. And now I'm a therapist. There's nothing about me that says Republican other than I'm a white woman. So the Republican Party, the way that I was raised to believe in law and order, the military, and small government. So now we're in a place where when people are violent and harm law enforcement, that's a trespassing charge. That's just okay. But we're going to other people who are brown and think it's funny when they're separated. So Alicia, not Hot Takes Melody, who lives in Kent, Washington, which is not far from where I live, like, your moral relativism is disgusting. Again, I know nobody is going to watch this. So like, I'm just feeling good getting it out because I have a day of clients today and I need to be empathetic and kind. But like, this is why people don't want to have Thanksgiving with you, because the lack of morality and integrity and just basic human kindness, like, did it just skip you? When did you just decide to be like not a human? I know she'll never see this. I know no one will engage with this, but I feel better just saying it. This is why I'm blue. This is why I will always be blue.
Dear Bitter Do employer, I am so grateful and thankful that you have standards. Thank you so much for getting rid of yet another subhuman. I know that it wasn't your fault, and I know that you didn't know that in your presence with all of you good people, there was an evil in your circles. And I am so thankful and grateful that you actually came to the forefront and said, nope, we are not aligned with this evil. And I just formally want to thank you first, because although I know we all as Americans have a right to have an opinion, freedom of speech, to state, yes, I don't agree with people coming to this country without permission. Absolutely, have that thought, believe, whatever. But even people in the far, far left and in the far, far right and in the middle thought that this was way too far. So April, tomorrow, you're gonna wake up and realize that you're jobless. And hopefully that doesn't snowball into you being homeless, hungry, having to seek help, shelter from the government. Hopefully not. Because if you do need that kind of help, I wonder who in the world would actually extend the help to you. So Bitter Do Incorporated, so grateful that you actually did what's right. Thank you so much. And we all should thank you. And we do.
Yeah, welcome back, fam. So we're still talking about April Martin. As if Trauma was a TV show and she was leaving Yelp reviews. But here's where the universe did what the comment section couldn't. Our employer, Beatable Sunglasses, got wind of a viral hate speech, clutched their little aviators and said, April, honey, you are done. Beatable didn't even blink. Just like that, snip, snip, they clipped a contract like overgrown bangs at a MAGA beauty pageant. Now let's talk about Beatable for a second. Shout out to the corporate intern who probably spent their whole lunch break scrubbing that TikTok account before emailing HR with a subject line, emergency, April's gone full Facebook aunt again. Because here's what companies have learned in 2025. You can't sell polarized lenses with unpolarized ethics. Consumers, especially younger ones, are not playing with brands who platform hate. You want Gen Z to buy your sunglasses? Great. Just know they will also laser zoom into your social feed, your corporate donations, your LinkedIn endorsement, and your holiday party playlist to make sure you are not funding fascism with a coupon code. Beatable said, we don't sell shades to people who throw shade like that. And shout out to Secret Service Sam for coining what we're officially calling the FAFO clause. FAFO clause. You're allowed to speak freely, but also freely face the fallout. Because April thought she was testifying before the Supreme Court of Facebook Reels, when in reality, she was walking into a group project called Accountability, and TikTok was the lead professor. It's wild how folks will say cancel culture is out of control, when really it's just called a performance review in public. If you go viral because you celebrated the forced separation of families and you work in public-facing marketing for sunglasses, guess what? Your job isn't cancelled. You quit it in real time. It just took a few million views for the paperwork to catch up. So let's actually zoom out for a moment, because there is a bigger pattern here. Every few months, someone goes viral for saying the quiet part out loud. Sometimes it's racism, sometimes it's anti-immigrant rhetoric, and sometimes it's just raw cruelty disguised as tough love for the country. But what these influencers never seem to grasp is that the world is watching differently now. We are not just listening to your opinions, we are clocking your values. And when you make hate part of your brand becomes radioactive. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but going viral for bigotry doesn't make you brave. It makes you replaceable. And capitalism has entered the chat with a new pair of sunglasses and a clean slate. April's video wasn't just another rant. It was a reflection of a disturbing comfort too many people have with suffering that doesn't affect them. She didn't cry over broken families, she cheered. She didn't express concern, she gave a Yelp review of trauma and called it patriotism. But what her firing tells us is that we're at a cultural inflection point. Companies don't want the smoke, not because they have all suddenly grown consciences, but because consumers are keeping receipts. You can't build a personal brand on cruelty and then act shocked when that cruelty costs you your check. So, in honor of April's fall from grace, let's raise a toast. Here's to Bitterbull. May your lenses stay reflective and your hiring practices even more so. May April find a new gig where cruelty is a core value. Maybe she can be the PR director for canned corn. And may we all remember, when you play stupid games, you get sunglassed. Stay cool, stay kind, and please, for the love of common sense, don't live stream your hate speech unless you are actively trying to lose your benefits and your benefit package. This has been Echo Room Vibes. I will see you in the next one. Shaded and unbothered from Echo Room Vibes. Peace out.